again. So this is my second live stream. No one watched that one, and no one's watching this one. It's my second live stream of today, I mean. But I'm doing a second one because I realized that the voice was not loud enough on my voice when I was narrating my activities here. So what I'm doing and what this is. So the last video was a test to see if I could make Pro Tools route through Zoom, which I was able to successfully do as I mixed down the stems for my song West Side Ride. But as I was doing it, the vocal, this mic, the narration mic, was kind of quiet. So I added some compression to it here and cranked it up a little bit, and I think it should be much clearer. And appropriately, the song we're going to dump the stems for, we're going to mix right now, is this song called Clareza, which is Spanish for clarity. So there you go. And this is a groovy little tune. So what I did here is I had a couple of conga tracks, these guys here. And I had done it a couple months ago. I recorded 2 tracks, and usually when I do the congas, I'll put 2 mics on them, and then I play both, and I record it in stereo. But in this case, what I did was I recorded individual track. I used the 2 separate conga drums, but I recorded each one individually, just played a rhythm on the 2 of them. So that's what that is. And then I edited it and put it all together. I made a little thing, and it was like a 1 minute. I didn't do anything, actually. I just recorded like a minute of that is what I did, like 2 months ago. And then I left it alone. And then I was flipping through Pro Tools going, oh, what's this? Because I record little projects and forget about them. So I saw something called Clareza, and I was like, oh, cool. And it was just this right here, this like minute or 35 seconds of me playing congas on 2 different tracks. It was actually more than that, because I think I chopped this all up. It was like about a minute and a half or so. But anyway, I chopped it up, made it, and arranged it a little bit, and then I started, and so I had a little groove going. So then I started playing organ, and I got this little bass line, this really cool bass line here. It starts like this. I think you can hear me. Yeah. And I was just sitting here, chilling. What are you doing, Cece? Cat's back there messing with stuff. Ooh, feedback. I gotta figure this voice meter thing out. Okay. So that was the bass line, right? Oh, we gotta go back. I still gotta get this balance situated. If I turn my volume up here, and I really don't want to use headphones, I just don't want to. It's a pain in the neck. I suppose I probably should, though. Let's try it. Maybe it'll make me look cooler. I don't think so. This doesn't seem to be. Do I look cooler? Let me see. No, it's a lateral move. No more or less cool. Possibly less. But we're just going to be nice to ourselves and say lateral move. There we go. All right. So now I can turn it up a little bit because it was not loud enough for me. Oh, I got it too. This guy. There we go. Now we're in business. Now we're in business. All right. Let's go. So this is Clareza. Let's just listen, shall we? Oh, this is better. Ooh, wow. So what you got here? So it's a real simple little tune. So you got conga left, conga T. We'll call that right. How about that? Call that R. All right, and you got, we don't even have a shaker on there. I don't even think I put a shaker on there. What do you got? Let's get rid of the extra tracks. There ain't no shaker. What's with the shakes? All right, hide and make inactive. bus we want. Delay orgfa, whatever that might mean. Cece, cut it out, bud. My cat's eating some stuff back there. All right. That's a nice guitar there, Bobby. All right. All right. Yeah, baby. This song doesn't need a damn thing. It's a simple little tune. Get your little reggae vibe in here. So this is a good example of how I do my drums normally. Like I showed in the last video, I had like a loop, but I don't usually do that. What I usually do is this right here. So you can see this is not a loop. It's a live recorded drum part, and it's all and that those little things are what make you see how the volume's like all over the place because I'm a human being. So and the durations are all over the place because I'm a human being and not a robot, and that makes it. I mean, it's just simple. I could just, you know, put a hi-hat on there because I mean it's just playing little 8 notes here. Let's see. But I'm I'm doing it on pads, so it's MIDI, but I'm playing it live, so it sounds like real hi-hats. And it's good samples, obviously, too. It's Contact is I always use where's the mixer? Here. This is my drum kit. The Contact Jazz kit. It's pretty much what I always use, unless I'm getting kind of funky and electronic or something. But if I'm doing the live stuff, or the jazzy stuff, then that's what I use. And it's a great sound. I mean, there's a great samples, and I just play simply but real, so it sounds like a real drummer. I don't try to do shit I can't do, so I just make it, you know, make it groove. And it sounds a little something like this. Hey. So the lead instrument there. Well, the guitar, of course. This song reminds me of the Neville Brothers. New Orleans. It's the Continents. And that bass line. Everything. Alright, so that's the song, Clareza. And as I did on the previous video, I'm going to prepare these tracks for Kilo, my buddy who is my business partner and co-producer and mastering engineer. So he's going to master these songs for me. So I'm going to prepare them. In order to do that, I have to export each as a WAV file. Most of these, you can see about half are MIDI because I'm playing them on the keyboards and triggering things. So I have to make them not. So I just did all this. So it's like, nobody watched. I said whatever. Yeah, lots of people are watching. I got a big audience. Let's just do it. Let's see. Commit. Okay. We're gonna make the LX edition here. Commit. Wait a minute. Do we have a percussion bus? Probably not, because yeah, it's like 5 instruments. This thing. Oh, there is a percussion bus. What's going on? Okay, we are doing that, and there is. Okay. Well then, never mind. Commit. So what that is I've got the percussion in this case is only the 2 conga drums, but they are submixed down to the percussion bus. So I take the original tracks and I say hi to make inactive, and I say this one is percussion. and it should look like a nice stereo conga track, and it does. It's still chopped up. That's funny. All right, drums, MIDI. Oh, with the drums, I got to do different stuff. That's right. I got to split it up. So I play the drums live, and it's all MIDI, and it gets recorded to an individual MIDI track. So that's not what drum sets. That's not how you mix a drum set, one individual track. So I have to split it up. So what I do here, and you can do it where you don't have to do this, and you can route it. And I used to do that, and it was a pain in the neck. So now it's a lot easier just to chop it up after the fact. So this is the whole track, right? And you got your kick drum there, got your snare drum there, got your hi-hats, got your more hi-hats, and then some crash cymbals. That's pretty much my entire repertoire of drums. Maybe a little ride. I don't do, yeah, there you go, a little ride. But I don't get crazy with the drums because I, can't. So, so anyway, I'm gonna take. So that's like kick, snare, hats, crash, right? So that's 4 tracks. We got 1 track drums here already, but we're gonna save that. So I'm gonna duplicate this track. You'll see what I'm saying. 4 times. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Now I'm going to take the original one and get rid of it. Hide and make inactive. Now this one, I'm going to say kick MIDI. And I'm aware that right now each track is just a duplicate of the full drum set. But I think you might be able to pick up what I'm throwing down here. I am going to delete everything but these components of these MIDI tracks. And once that's complete, I will then commit them to WAV files. And then you'll have 4 tracks of a drum kit. And it's going to sound groovy. And it really does. So let's see. Do we have any effects on these things? Or do we want? See, I like it just the way it is. Keela can put some compression and shit on these things. I think, let's see what it sounds like. Oh, I'll put a little bit of something on there here. Put just a little track compression, just to kind of, right? I don't think I want it to, let's try it. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, so let's go back. Kick. So I call this track kick, but what I gotta really do is make it just the kick. So I'm gonna take it. This is the MIDI track, right? So I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna select everything. It's not a kick drum. And now the track is. Ah! All right, now let's see if that compressor is actually doing anything good here. I think that one's cool. I can get fancy with it when I'm trying to, sculpt sounds, but I'm not trying to do that here. This is a very simple little tune. It's a very simple little, just sound like a drum kit. That's all you gotta do. Compressor. Let's do, same one. See, the different, they'll have a pretty dramatic of different effects on volume, and that's what I'm looking at, And obviously it does the compression, but when you do the compression, it pretty much adds volume. So, and differently depending on which of those presets I choose. I wanted it to be kind of chill. So, I think I did that. There should be just a snare. Where I just... Okay, cool. Alright, and then we're going to go... Oh, we're going to... Yeah. Go to hats, so get rid of the snare. We know most of that stuff in the middle is all hi-hats. So where do the hi-hats end? That's hi-hat. That's hi-hat. And these are crashes. Boom. Alright. Huh. Okay. That's all hi-hat. Cool. And then this one. Everything but the cymbals. And there we go. All right. So I will now... Oh, yeah. I don't want to do anything with the cymbal stuff. Well, put... I'm getting more complicated than I want to. But we'll put the same compressor on each one here. Let Kilo have fun with the sound. What am I looking for? What are you doing? Why are you messing with me? Cats drive me crazy. Oh, forgetting what I'm doing. All right, here we go. Cece cut it out. Oh my God, this cat. Cece, get out of here. Thanks, dude. I want to blame the cat, but I actually unplugged the headphones. All right, upward compressor, and then we'll do the same thing on the cymbals, cause why not? And let's see if it sounds like crap, or if it sounds good. There we go. Let's see what that sounds. Drums are there. Okay. You know, all right, let's commit that. Yes. So what I'm doing now, so I've separated the tracks, right? Ah, come on, you bastard. Separated the tracks by hi-hat, kick, snare. And now I'm going to commit them to wave files, which I just did with the hi-hats. Now normally, and I will still. So what I do is so hats, I'm going to say hats, ST for stereo. So this is so weird. The Pro Tools will always take that thing and you know, take the drum tracks and bounce them, or you know, commit them to stereo, which is kind of stupid. You don't really want your drums to be in stereo. At least not at this point, right? I mean, you record them mono, and then you can affect them and make them. But this is effectively the raw, like if this were an analog drum kit, this would be the raw hi-hat track. Like I stuck a 57 on the hi-hats and, you know, and then it would be a mono track is my point. It wouldn't be in stereo. You don't put stereo, I don't put stereo mics on the hi-hats. So what my point here is that I'm going to split it to mono very well. And then I'm going to do this. Oh yeah, so I split to mono, so now I have 3 hi-hat tracks. So I got a stereo, a left, and a right, 3 separate. So I'm gonna hide and make inactive the stereo and right, and keep the left. I don't really know why. Mono always seems to go left, so I just kind of follow that standard, just because I figure the robots must have some reason. So there you go. And when I say mono goes left, I mean that. I don't know, generally, if you're going to turn a stereo track into mono, it'll default, either combine them or it'll default to the left track. Don't know why. So I default to the left track. And I have to do the same thing with the snare and the kick. So, because same reason, I don't record, you can record these things in stereo, but I don't normally. So if I were recording a snare drum, again, I'd probably have a 57, a Shure SM57 cardioid microphone or whatever they're called. So anyway, I'd have that on there. Commit. So I got to commit the snare to wave. So do that thing. Thank you very much. And then I want to split to mono. Then I'll hide these 2 bastards here. See you later. Stereo and right. And then I'll say snare. Boom. Next. Cymbals I'll keep stereo. Because I would. Like recording, I would have 2 overhead mics over the crash cymbals, right? Over the drum kit. And that would be, this would be my cymbal mics. So I'll keep that stereo because I want it to sound like a real drum kit. Commit. Thank you very much. And I skipped the kick. So let's see. Cymbals. Okay. And then the kick. Same deal. Commit. Drinking water, by the way. All right. Kick. Rock and roll. No. I wanted to kick stereo because I'm gonna do the same old. You don't mic your kick in stereo either. Again, or at least I don't. So I'm going to split to mono and get rid of these. Hide and make inactive. And I go kick. And that motherfucker is done. All right, so I go over here. So now the thing is, when I did that, right? When I split the songs to stereo and then got rid of the left and the stereo track, split the stereo tracks to mono, what I just did. What it does is the track that I keep is still panned over to the left. So I gotta, boom, straighten everything out there. Cymbals, keep it stereo. The guitar, these are just my other stuff, so I'll keep them panned because they're just going to be panned when they go to the Kilo Man. All right, so that was the drum kit. Percussion's cool. Cymbals, cool. Lead guitar, organ, MIDI, and okay. So, excuse me. We'll do the same thing. Excuse me. So, as I was saying, this song's groovy because I'm playing the organ, but I'm only playing the bass on it. Just do 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 do. So that's all I'm doing and then I'm doing the chords on the electric piano. And it's the chorus, right? And then you bring in the guitar. Oh, there's no guitar. That was very anticlimactic. Maybe, okay. That really should have been more impressive. How about right here? Here we go. I like this part. Do some cool bends here. I like that. It sounds like slide, but I was just bending. It's nice. All right. All right. Let's see. We're going to consolidate, clip, commit. And same thing, even though it's an audio file, it's got all the effects and everything on it, you know, that I don't, when I export it, if I don't commit it, these up here, the inserts, they won't get processed, and they won't go with it. I suppose there's probably some way to do it, but it's a lot easier just to do what I'm doing, because I'm doing it. And there we go with the yada yada yada. All right, and the master I'm going to get rid of, as I had mentioned in my previous video. What did I just do? What did I just do? I did the wrong thing. Show and make active. I wanted to commit that. All right, commit. As I showed on the previous video, I have a master track with a little ultra maximizer and EQ on there, but I'm doing that's great for me listening and for dumping to SoundCloud and things, but I'm giving this to Kilo, so I gotta I don't want, he's mastering it, so I don't send it to him with a master on it. You get it? So hide and make inactive, and I'll see if we got the heat turned on. That's a groovy thing that Pro Tools does. It just is, it kind of, I think it just adds a little bit of harmonic distortion to everything, kind of makes it feel analog, but it really does. It does a good job. I just did I put a little touch on there. I think that's how it works anyway. I mean, I just read the manual once and said, okay, I'll try it. So what do we got? I have committed percussion, kick, snare, hats, cymbals, guitar. Let's rename guitar. All right. Organ, I have done that one as well. And Rhodes, the E piano is an electric piano, and it's a Rhodes sound that I use. So after I commit it, I always call it Rhodes. I don't know. I just do everything I do the same way all the time because I'm crazy. So there's that. All right, let's commit the AS, and I'm going to commit the delay. This is a bus, a send, right? Any delay that I've got on thing is being sent to this. I think only the guitar's got delay on it, but that goes there, and then I keep it. That's what I do. All right, so then I have a track of just the delay. Here, I'll show you. I'll play it for you. So let's see. See, it's not that. That's what's just coming out of the delay pedal. That's not pedal. The delay, whatever. The virtual effect. Where's the guitar? Where's the guitar's gone? Okay, see. So that's pretty cool. That's a cool riff right there. That's cool. All right. So I believe that I've committed all my tracks. I got to check the track type. So I had mentioned this on the previous video. You can set the sampling type to like samples or ticks, and I'm not going to pretend to know exactly what it means, but I know if I put it on ticks, then I can treat the audio like MIDI. I could treat it like it's called elastic audio, and you can basically, so you can change the tempo. So if I set all the audio to ticks, and then I say, so for guitar, for instance, right? Guitar is polyphonic, meaning it plays multiple notes at once. So I choose polyphonic and I choose ticks. But then now when I'm done and I want to export the whole damn thing, right? Everything's got to be the same. Everything's got to be samples, and all the tracks have to be the same, or anything that's not set to that will not export. So, oh, I forgot to save this as dump. I got to save it as dump. Save session as. So I made all these changes here, right? And I don't want to screw up my original session. So I've saved this session as dump because I'm dumping the stems is how I refer to it in my crude fashion. All right. Now we got to get rid of that. No send, because I just See, I committed the delay, so I don't want to be sending anybody anywhere. No sends. We get rid of the click. Hide and make inactive. All right, what do we got? Oh, and this guy, I didn't commit the base. So we'll say base original. And we'll commit it. I have to rename the track because I want it to be called base, right? And because there's no content on the top. Oh, I don't have a bass. That's funny. Get rid of it. There's no bass guitar because it's all organ. All right, so I think that's our track, right? Very simple. It's like 6 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tracks. Simple little tune. And so now I've selected all of the tracks. They're all set to the proper setting as far as I can tell. And I have to say consolidate clip. That tells, I believe anyway, it tells Pro Tools, hey, these guys are all together. And so now they're all together and they're all highlighted. And I hit Shift Control K. And I've got my export dialog box. So go to the G. G is my Google Drive. And I will go to the appropriate folder where we keep the Static Dive songs. And I'll make a folder for Clareza. Clareza. Again, it means it's Spanish for clarity. All referring to my many philosophical, spiritual sort of moods that I'm in. All right, let's see. Export, please. So this should send 9 WAV files to that folder, which I should have named stems. I should have been a subfolder underneath called stems. So let's do that. But let's see if they're there. G whiz. House Static Dive, Volume 3. Not the name of it, by the way. The album's going to, that's the wrong song. The album's going to be called Blue Light After Party. Clareza, that's the one we want. All right, I want to make a folder called Stems. This folder, I will like kind of basically be the folder for the song and for the album. So I just, while I'm working on the album, I just kind of, and the song or whatever I'm working on, I'll keep a folder for it. And then as I have content, I put it in there. And in this case, this is a folder for Kilo. I will send him a link, Google Drive link, because this is actually my Google Drive. I'm syncing it with the Google Drive app here. So yeah, so you can see. So right now my computer is uploading those tracks, those 9 WAV files up to my Google Drive. When they're finished, I'll send an email to Kilo with the information, and then we are off to the races. All right, I think that was good, and I think I'm going to stop here. So goodbye. And this song again is called Clareza by the Static Dive. That's me. And it will be one of the songs on the forthcoming album, Blue Light After Party. Enjoy.